Hey guys, welcome back to Hardly Working. Today I'm out in my old garden. So this is where I used to grow plants like for the last 2 years. And I used to grow pumpkins, watermelons, lots of vegetables out here. I used to have an irrigation system out here as well. So I have water trenched in from my house out to here. Very soon I'm gonna be getting rid of all this. We're gonna roll up the wire and save it, but I'm just gonna be taking it down, and because we don't want this in here anymore, I'd rather just have this be grass and be able to mow it. I moved on to my new garden plot, so it's kind of out of the picture now. But we do still have these fruit trees. I'll walk you around here. So last year I planted 12 fruit trees, or sorry, 10 fruit trees. So there's 4 apple trees, 2 pear trees, 2 cherry trees, a plum tree, and there was a peach tree, but it died. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 apple trees, and then there's a pear right there. Here's the other pear. And then here's our 2 cherry trees right here. And then this is the plum tree. And that was the peach tree, which it survived for 1 year. And then this previous winter, it must have gotten too cold and died. So it's a bummer, but we can just replace it with a different tree. And all these trees are watered with irrigation. We dig down in here a little bit. I hope. Yep. There's drip lines in there underneath the mulch. And there's 3/4 inch pipe going all the way around this little area here. And I want to get that put underground in a valve box. So that's my project for today, is to take the water that came up from this spot right here, goes around all the way back to my yard in the corner right there, where that post is, and it comes up to here. But I want to bring it to over here instead. I don't need it to come up there anymore. I want to bring it right into this valve box here, where I'll have a system of filter, pressure regulator, valve, and automatic battery operated timer to run this zone of sprinklers here. Or not sprinklers, drip line. So that's what I'm gonna do. So first, I'm gonna kind of get this dug out a little better and figure out where I want things to go in and out. I think I actually want to get this box squared with the road. So, and then actually, I'm thinking I want to come off of this, dig another trench to go from, there's 3/4 inch pipe under here somewhere. I want to tee into that and go over to my asparagus, so that gets water also. It used to get water when I had it hooked up to this irrigation system out here, but that just goes out into nothing now, so I want to get this on water as well. So I guess let's just get to digging. As you can see, here's the 3/4 inch line that comes in from the trees. That's what I'm going to be feeding with my valve box here. Take that back out. And I'm actually going to make this square. Perfect. Okay, so let's get this in general position here. My hose hydrant will be about right here. So that's gonna work great. Let's go get the skid steer and the trencher. Go from here to there. Try and remember that the dirt goes onto that side, so. I don't think I really need to go deeper than that. I'm not trying to do much here, just trying to get it. Try my water line right there. Yep, there she is. I can see that water line really nice and clear. And she's draining a little bit, but that's all right. And yeah. Let me go bring this back to the shed, get my truck. Here's what we're looking like down in here. I don't know if you guys can see that, but right there is our water line. So I'm gonna dig back a little bit, right over top of that. All right, that should be good. Put your rings on, your pipe. Get any dirt out of there if we can. Heat that up a little bit. Take the elbow in. Heat that up a little more, I should say. Okay. And then, well, the dirt is not helping, but it's not going to make it not seal, that's for sure. If anything, the dirt will make it tighter. I checked. Now let's get our next pipe and run it over to where our valve box is. Okay. There we go. There we go. Offset those crimps a little bit. There's that connection. We're going to roll out the pipe. Next thing I'm going to do is actually drive a post right about here. Put that hose spigot on. So let's, I might as well. Okay, that should be plenty deep. Got it back right there. The first fitting we have to make up here on the table is going to be the hose bib. There's that, and then we should just need 2 clamps and put it on the hose bib. Next, I guess we just gotta get this all plumbed in. I'll go get a jigsaw and we'll put the valve boxes in afterwards. So guys, I'm sorry, the other day when I filmed this video I had to quick go and I don't remember where I went, but I had to get off camera quick. So this is another day. It's kind of how it is sometimes in my videos where I just don't know, it's unexpected where I stop filming. So this is a couple days later. It's nighttime right now. I got this all covered back up with dirt, nice and smooth. Here's our hose spigot. It's working. And then we have our 2 valve boxes. Just want to show you that. There's the valve and the blow-up valve. It's got a little bit close to the edge, so it's kind of hard to turn, but you can still turn it. No leaks so far from that one. And this one is our solenoid and filter and pressure regulator and timer. That'll hooked up on a schedule, so it just comes out here and it waters at the time I set it to. So that goes straight out across into the trees, into these drip lines inside of there. The trees are happy with that drip line. As you can see, we have some apples growing on this tree right now. Lots of apples. That's what I like to see. Look at all the apples. First year where we get fruit. Come over to the next tree. I don't think we have apples on this one yet. No, none on this tree. There's a couple on this tree. It's good to see. We have apples. This tree, I'm pretty sure I saw some on this one too. Nope, none on this tree. So two out of the 4 apple trees have fruit. Might as well give you guys a little fruit tree update. I don't think we're gonna get fruit on this one this year either, which I'm okay with. I'd rather spend its energy on getting bigger. Producing a lot, dude. Look at this. Look at all them apples. How do you like them apples? This one's right out here for the deer to eat. Put that back in there. So yeah, there's our little underground valve box setup. And then all this will be going away, and it'll just be grass. So it's a nice little hose hydrant to have on the property out here to water the trees. I'm gonna use it to water the grass when we plant grass out here once we take this down. And yeah, but I'm gonna head back to the shed, show you guys what I've been busy with lately. Here's the other thing I've been working on off camera. After a lot of linseed oil and cleaning, scrubbing with a magic eraser, boat eraser, this thing is looking brand new. There was tons of scuffs in the white gel coat here, from blue, from dock rash, whatnot. I got it all just white again, and then this piece up here was like completely faded. It's really oily right now. I'm gonna have to wash it again just to get the residue off, but these things were all faded away. Linseed oil, dude, I'm telling you. It is the magic juice. Everything just shined right up, and it looks fresh. And coming out of the motor, this back seat pocket, I discovered a bilge pump, and I'm wondering if that isn't a just in case this leaks, or a after the fact because it leaks. So we'll have to find out after my lake test to see if it gets any water in it. I'm gonna make this look nicer regardless. I'm probably gonna sand this down smooth, and then if there is any low spots, I'll fill them back up with Bondo, and then try and find a paint, or if not, I'll just try and polish it all to be smooth. It doesn't seem to me like it would leak because everything looks fairly well sealed up. There's not like any cracks in this repair, but it's nice to know that it has a working bilge pump. And here's a switch. Brand new battery in there, cleaned up all the wires, tidied everything up. Runs great, ready for a lake test. And then of course I gotta tell you about the reason this thing was sold so cheap is because it didn't move. So it was advertised as starts, won't move, needs work. Anyway, my first thought was that it would be the impeller that was wrong with this machine, or like the wear ring inside of here. So there's an impeller, and then around that there's a plastic ring that is basically a maintenance item that you can replace easily. I tore this thing all apart, inspected all the driveline components. Everything is in tip-top shape. It almost looks like someone just replaced the wear ring. So I don't think there's anything wrong with the driveline. I even had it hooked up to water, looked in there, and while I was revving it, or while I was idling, I saw the impeller spinning. So obviously we're getting drive output here. I'm 99% sure I figured out what the problem is, because if that's not working, then why wouldn't it move? So there's this deflector here. As you can see, this deflector is the reverse deflector. So it comes down to bring the machine into reverse. It just deflects the water to go back forward. And that has a little mechanism here, so that when you bring it to the top, it snaps and it won't fall due to gravity or water flow. But once you kick it back into reverse with your lever up there, let's see if I can get a better shot at this. It'll kick this little mechanism up, and this little switch right here goes up. So you can see, goes up, releases that, brings it down. So, problem I was having, I think I got the part inside. I'll show you the part. So here's the part that I want to replace. This is what goes inside of the jet ski. This connects to the cable that goes back to the actual reverse thing. This is the handle for shifting it up top. As you can see, these fit together. Once this was down, it had so much play in it. So this little piece there is so bent up, and it just has been taking so much wear over the years because threads inside of here, and there's a bolt that goes on the outside of this, and they're supposed to cinch up so that the majority of the pressure when you're shifting it is on the bolt, not on these plastic pieces. But that bolt loosened off, so it's sitting there going like this, and the person's yanking on it. It's levering on the plastic instead of the bolt. So this $30 piece, which I ordered a new one on eBay, I think is the fix to my problem. So I'm gonna get a really good deal on this jet ski, and if everything goes well, I'll make some money on it. Hopefully that's the only problem with the driveline and the only reason it wouldn't move. This back. And yeah, that's the story with the jet ski. Sorry I haven't been filming much, but there's a little update. I know a couple of you are really interested in the four-wheeler. I'm sorry. This one's not gonna be much of a profitable experience for me, mainly because it needs tires, CV boots, it needs handlebar grips, paint work. It's just not gonna sell very well because of this paint issue or plastic issue. I gotta repair this ugly muffler, as well as paint up these racks and polish up the headlights, and also the seat cover. So all that being said, I don't think I'm gonna make much money on this one. I'm waiting on parts for it right now. Waiting on the CV boots, CV axles I mean. All 4 need to be replaced. The boots are cracked and completely shot, so I'm supposed to be able to see inside of that. So that's an update on the Arctic Cat. So I don't know about the 4-wheeler, but this thing gives me a lot of hope that between the two of them, I'm gonna make some pretty good profit. So I'm happy about that. Watermelons are growing good. Glad I got that all done. I'm gonna be tearing down the garden here soon. That'll probably be my next video, if not it'll probably be a future video coming up. I'm not exactly sure. But I think that's gonna be about it for this one. So if you enjoyed, subscribe, give me a like, and comment if you have any questions. Thanks for watching. I'm Lucky. I'll catch you in the next one.